give a fuck what president is in office. I want groceries. My supermarket don't got no fucking groceries. You know how far I gotta drive for arugula? It is ridiculous. There's about 12 miles between me and some arugula. And that's the real goddamn problem here. Why the fuck I can't get quinoa? What y'all know that I don't know? My neighborhood don't sell shit my body needs to survive. All the vegetables inside my supermarket can be found on a Big Mac. If you cannot find it inside the McDonald's, you will not find it inside my fucking supermarket.
If you just sit and think, why would you not have food next to humans where food can be? Yeah. Just sit with that question. The only answer the only time you can start to come up with useful and logical answers is when you tap into the dark side of you, the evil side of you. You got to tap into maybe they don't want people to eat. Because what's the logical reason to not have food where food can be for humans where they are? You got a fucking Models. They could go buy sneakers, but not lettuce, nigga. Why the fuck ain't no food? I don't care if it's Biden or if it's Trump. I want to know why the fuck my orange brown. Oranges are supposed to be orange. Fix my food, stupid. Well, give a damn who's giving these stupid ass speeches that don't affect me. Yeah, my food affect me.
You can't laugh at that.
Let's do this episode. Let's talk about it. You Can't Laugh at That, the podcast where we take topics you can't laugh at and we find ways to laugh at them in the never-ending quest to prove that anything can be funny. And anything can be funny, man. The world is such a complicated place filled with double standards and stereotypes and vegan leather couches that are acceptable to have your way with at 13. And we got to find ways to laugh at them. And helping us prove that, of course, is Steve Mers.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Steve? And joining us from New York City is Andre D. Thompson. What's going on out there, man?
What up, y'all?
You can find Andre's podcast, Slouch Theory. Is that everywhere you can find podcasts?
Yes, Slouch Theory is all over the place where there's people with the ears and shit.
Yeah.
All of that.
It's a real niche audience.
All of that. You got ears and you fuck with audio equipment, you go ahead and listen.
I like those graphics.
We're good looking,
bro. Background
brother.
looks like an old movie.
Yeah.
That's a picture I took and then I did some shit, made it up.
It does look like a title card from I imagine like synth playing, like it's like the 80s that pops up.
Now I'm thinking of like a dark alley and it's gonna be a shitty kung fu movie in New York City.
Slouch Theory.
Well, those would be the best ones.
Oh yeah.
Big Trouble Little China is what's going through my mind right now.
Okay.
You remember that shit?
Yeah.
Big Trouble Little China.
Would be banned from Twitter if
you can't make none of that right now. There's so many things that I watch or hear now from the past and I'm like, yep, can't say that. Can't do that, can't say that. That's really most of it.
You can say Big Trouble in Little China, but you can't say Little Trouble in Big China.
Even almost the name of the movie might be racist nowadays.
Right.
What you mean, Trouble in China?
Well,
we're getting into Shane Gillis territory here.
Laughing.
All right, so Andre, man, you've been on the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
You've been on the Music Choice Network, interviewing all sorts of artists. You got a interest in passion for music too.
Passion for music.
Interest,
because you know what it is. I don't want to sound like I do music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then fucking lie my way into the world of people who really create and do music. I don't do none of that. I appreciate it. I really love it. I enjoy it. I'll watch it. Albums and the whole nine, but I have never put no tracks down. I ain't got no bars. I can't. There's no. I have this constant like this reoccurring, I don't know if it's a daydream or something, but it's like a thought where at some point in my mid-30s, the power of rap is just going to be bestowed upon me. I'm going to just, I don't know, like maybe 34 and then just start being able to fucking out of nowhere. I really believe that. I don't know it. Between 33 and 34, I'm going to just have bars. I can't explain it, where it's going to come from, but I'm going to have them.
Instrumental will come on and all of a sudden you just start spitting.
I'm going to turn, it's going to be 11:59. I'm talking regular, and then, you know, music's going on, whatever. So, nah, Dave. And then 12, As I said, I'm going to just have it. And just going to be like, where did this come from? I'm like, I don't fucking know, but it's going to rhyme when I say it.
But not yet.
Rhyme, son. All that shit going to rhyme.
Hey, man, if you get the vaccine, that's what's going to happen.
See, I don't know if they're going to try to take my rap away from me in the vax. I got to get the non-rap vax.
Nobody's got any flow after the vax. What happened?
Oh, that would be a terrible world. Just a bunch of 6ix9ine rappers.
Nobody can rhyme anything. People are flipping through Dr. Seuss. Like, what's like? I can't rhyme these. Like the cat in the hot.
The cat in the hot.
I felt like this had rhythm at some point, but it's.
I don't want that to go down. But yeah, the music shit, I just like, you know, love it. I'm a fan of it. Just that's really it at the moment.
Yeah. You can still be a fan and have a passion for it, you know.
But don't passion mean that you like partake, like you try to, you know, get involved?
It depends. There's varying degrees of passion.
Because I feel like I always say that I have. You can describe me as passionate of photography, and I would accept that description because I actively pursue it. You know, like. I do things to try to contribute. You know, I have something that I could point to. But when it comes to music, all I could point to is me being like, hey, I enjoy it. And that's it. That's okay. Like, I can't really be like, I've created anything or contributed to the art form or none of that. I could just name some rappers or some singers or some artists or some producers that I enjoy. And that's for right now. That's exactly where it stopped. Like you can't even go above that.
Yeah. Is there like an emotional attachment when you're talking about certain music?
There's definitely emotional attachment for certain music, for certain, like, especially with rap. Like rap, I feel doesn't get the appreciation that it deserves because people constantly are looking at the rap that you see on radio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you aren't aware of the degrees or depth that it has. Because it's a art form that is based upon it's different from singing because singing you can stretch out one word for mad fucking long. Mm-hmm. So in doing so, that like it changes the amount of messages that can be conveyed in 3 to 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Because the vowels and the sounds are longer. So most songs are about a extremely singular topic. I love this girl, this man. Done. Mm-hmm. That's the whole song in its entirety. And that's kind of all it can be like about. Like there's one rap lyric that is it's in the center of my mind. When Jay-Z said on Dear Summer, he said, a young nigga rode his way out the hood. That line right there, it goes further. I pray that I stay out for good. But I wrote my way out the hood. He literally had some words circulating through his mind, and then he would grasp the word, put it on paper, and that was a part of how we got to receive and meet a Jay-Z. Just from writing his way into a different scene. And so I often think about wrote my way out the hood being that what I do is a lot of fucking writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just a simple sentence, but there are layers to it.
Exactly.
Like it's You can't
so
take it
often,
literally. Yeah.
You get people that, don't understand the culture or don't understand. You don't even have to understand the culture to be able to see that. You just have to actually be open-minded. Like, I feel like people say words, but don't actually understand the function, use, or definition of the words. To have an open mind, to be receptive, to understanding your level of intelligence and that it's yours. So the fact that you know something doesn't remove or negate what anybody else know or doesn't know. It's shit like that. Whatever. I don't know if I'm getting off topic.
No, it's. I think that segues perfectly into the topic because there is a lack of understanding when it comes to different cultures and in comedy. I think we play with that lack of understanding in a way that connects to people from different worlds. So you can have people from the hood and then people from like an affluent suburb at the same show, and then you can make a joke and connect with both groups of people. They're both laughing. They're both sharing that connection with one another. And that's a big reason why, number one, that I love comedy.
Hell yeah.
Because it creates that connection. Number two, it's a big reason why we do this podcast, because if we can laugh together about the same thing, that's way more powerful than sitting down and having like a lecture or like like I can tell you all the education, I can tell you all the information, but that's not going to connect on the level where if I can make you laugh and make a point at the same time, that's going to stick.
And I feel like the reason why that sticks is because the whole laughing part is letting go. It's a thing of letting go. In order to laugh, you got to let go. You got to be okay with that. Your laugh may sound weird, that if you laugh at it, that people see you laugh at something. You're like, there's so many levels of, you got to just fucking let go and laugh at it. Like that's the only way to let laughter happen. You can't, when you see people, I've done shows where I've seen a dude try to play tough, you know what I mean? And not laugh. And it's just like, damn son, you 40, bro. Like you holding in joy. Yeah. It's just the dumbest thing. There's no way for that to make sense.
Yeah.
You having a small aneurysm in a public area because of what? Why? Why you won't let the laughter happen to you? What the fuck you think? It's weird. I don't know.
I see that a lot. I've been doing a lot of virtual speaking. I teach people the value of humor at work.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Oh,
So being able to let go and let that human side out connects people faster, right? At one point, I mean, I still have it there, but it's like a cartoon because I'm talking about creativity, and it's a boss talking to an employee, like, get in your goddamn cubicle and be creative. Like, just the joke being that you can't force creativity, you have to allow it. And immediately somebody throws in the chat on the Zoom, like, that is inappropriate language for a business presentation, and I'm offended. And I'm like, you're missing
that
the point.
Person?
Yeah. Like, what is your life?
That right then and there, yo. If that's happening to them there, they just let you know that they've been getting shit wrong for mad long in a bunch of other areas.
Yeah.
The second you hear that shit is them going, yo, I'm wildin'. I do not have it together. Mm-hmm. A person being like, okay, I read a thing that said you have to let creativity just happen. And they go, I'm offended. You need a hug. You need therapy. You need needs. You need, there's like so much shit going on with you. You fucked up. You fucked up out here, yo. Come take a seat.
At anything?
Put the coffee down, get you some water. You need a lot. That person need a lot, yo. What's your favorite fruit? They gotta ask them some stupid shit like
they're gonna say
get your mind off of it.
My favorite fruit is a cucumber.
I like.
Oh man, you having a hard time with living.
I think what got her was my use of the word goddamn in that cartoon.
I was just gonna ask you if you cursed. I was
I didn't say it out loud. I don't curse in my presentations for that reason, because I don't want people to be distracted.
That also bothers me.
It does,
because I ain't the smartest motherfucker ever. I ain't got all the answers. However, it just seems like to me, if you are incapable, if you hear a curse word and that should shake your core, that could like do something to you. That blows my mind. You are you not intelligent enough to see what the person is saying? Do you not understand the context of words? How words can elicit emotion or show emotion if you use it correct? Like all kind of shit. It's just like you heard the word damn and it blew up your world.
Yeah.
There's way tougher things out here in the world than the word damn.
Right. That was my initial reaction too. It's like, what do you...
And then it'd be some adults.
Yeah.
It'd be adults like, yo, you 53. How the fuck you make it this far without hearing the word fuck, without saying it? What are you doing?
I don't trust you.
Like, what are you doing?
Life's passing them by, that's for sure.
Right.
That is crazy.
They want that Handmaid's Tale world.
Right.
That's crazy.
Fake. That's what I think fakeness is people trying not like shying away from the truth and being
it's insane.
Like, no, we're all perfect. And no, shut the fuck up.
Nobody perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody know what the fuck going on. Everybody guessing.
Yep.
Dirty language. Dirt is the reason we're fucking here. Dirt.
Yeah.
Dirt is everything. Everything we do and enjoy come from dirt. Food is dirt. Sex is dirt. Your baby come out of dirt. We die, we go back into dirt. Dirt. Just accept it.
Nature.
You need it.
Yeah.
That's why when somebody say, oh gosh dang it, people be like, what the fuck? They don't even take you serious. They don't even feel bad for you. God dang it, my car. Gosh darn it. But if you say my fucking car, we know your car, something's up. What's up?
Yeah.
The axle is broke. We can talk to you now.
Yeah.
But gosh darn it, we not getting shit done with gosh darn it. You gotta go outside.
Right.
Go try it again with gosh darn it.
I don't trust people like that. They got 5 people under their fucking shed.
Yeah. They're taking out that energy on something.
Yeah, there's something suppressed.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. Say fuck. It's good for your blood pressure.
Right. I mean, it's this image that, we try to portray ourselves as like, oh, I'm this clean. Like if you come from that background, it's like, I'm this clean, upstanding citizen. I pay my taxes. I contribute to society.
I'm a good American.
Yeah.
I don't shit at all.
Yeah.
My shit don't stink. That's the same thing.
Pardon me, I have flatulence.
Oh dear, I seem to have farted.
I seem to have broken the wind.
Oh, forgive me, everyone.
Pardon me, I have to go pray the rosary for penance.
Like, hey, yo, relax.
Yeah, we're trying to cope with the fact that we're not perfect, yet we're raised in a society that values perfection. And it's like, that
literally shit is a waste of time.
You're going to stress yourself to death.
Waste of time. That whole perfection fuckery. Waste of time. If only people knew what goes into the behind the scenes of the people showing you the perfection, you'd be like, wait, what? This was what's going on the whole time? It's bullshit, yo. Bullshit. Mad bullshit.
Yeah, kind of like show business. I mean, we know, like, where you walk in, you're like, whoa, you guys just have this cardboard up and it's just like this. I thought it looks so nice on TV.
On TV? Like, come on.
But it's like, it's just, no, we just cut corners all the time and it just looks nice and we make it look good.
That's a microcosm of the way people present themselves in public, man. See, I'm all about most of the stories that I tell are about how I fell on my face. I messed up, man. And I find the humor in that. Because I find the humor in that, I can now do something about it. That's why I love comedy. That's like one of the, I've got my reasons, but like that's a big one for me. It's because if I can laugh at myself, then that means I can do something about it.
That's a part of like acknowledging.
Yeah.
So if you can acknowledge something, then you know it's there. Then if you know something is there, that's a large place to work from versus nothing.
So let's apply that to like societal systemic double standards, right? Like racial double standards, classist double standards. The system we made up, like human beings came up with it, which means we can do something about it, which means we can laugh about it. In order to present to the world, that mirror, like this shouldn't be the way it is. Like you guys see that too, right? And again, that's why I think comedy has such a huge role in today's society, to where like, when people say it's the last bastion of free speech. Like,
people are I didn't realize it. I'm slowly learning the way people view comedy is like a little different maybe than it was before. Like they put way more weight on it. They like want you to think. Oh, so I don't even know how to explain it, but it feels like it has more weight.
Right.
I mean, like they want it to have more weight.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, think about comedy in the 80s. Yeah, your Rodney Dangerfields, just hilarious, like punchy, funny. But then at the time, like comics like Pryor and George Carlin stand out because they're talking about like
life and society and the human experience.
Right. And so they were a rare breed then, while other comics were just like, hey, what do you think about this? Airplane food. Am I right?
Wacky.
Right. And then the 90s, it developed a little bit more, more and more people were getting into stand-up. So you got more of those voices. And then nowadays, just with so much content and so many different angles on things, I think, that kind of plays into that narrative of what comedy actually is. I mean, it's always served that purpose. Like even we talked about Shakespeare a minute ago, like a lot of his satires, a lot of his plays were kind of poking holes in societal constructs, but he did it in a way because so many people were uneducated that they're laughing and not even realize they're laughing at themselves.
That's still happening though.
And it's still happening. Yep.
That's that idea of it's being done right in people's faces. Yep. And they are completely unaware of it is still going on. It's still prevalent in a bunch of different ways. It's like shit's happening and people own things. The thing you think somebody owns that is not who you think owns it. It's somebody else who owns that, who owns the thing behind it. Like there's so many like Russian doll looking situations and setups and different levels of understanding the system or all kind of shit. Things that go past or beyond the current system, looking at how it was done in another continent, at a different time. And it's like that saying about, there's nothing new under the sun. The same stuff been taking place because humans are the same. Your liver has been in the same spot.
Yeah.
Forever. You don't have a new located liver. It ain't got no other buttons. It's the same liver, first edition.
We're at liver 1.0.
Forever. Yeah. So the humans are the same problems because we got the same machine. And it's just like one of the things is same problems also means same solutions too. I don't know if this is even related to what we're talking about, but the thing with it's being illegal in Georgia to give water to people that are in the line. That's being done by a person. What is in that person's brain to go, y'all can't get water? The water. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you just go down, because humans, there really are no problems. It's not like we dealing with a third, like a second species that's fucking with us. It's just a nigga named Jeff, just another person.
Yeah.
That just don't get what life is, don't understand how trees don't know shit. Know mad book stuff and feel like they know everything because of the book stuff.
Yeah.
But there's like a bunch of life shit that they just don't get.
Mm.
And they just operating. It's crazy.
It's like, we don't want these people to vote. That's how we're gonna win. What? Be better.
In your democracy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Be better. Get them to want to vote for you.
In the democracy that you designed, where it's up to the people to decide, you go, all right, so here's how democracy works. Let's do some non-democratic shit.
It's that cognitive dissonance, man. So that when you call it out, they're extra offended because they can't stand by what
That's
they're
another
doing.
thing. People being afraid of, I was like, people so badly don't want to be ignorant and they're so afraid of being stupid that they just rather be evil and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, nah, bro, it's way better to just be a dumbass than to be Satan.
Yeah.
Just be like, my fucking bad. I didn't know what I was doing. Let me just stop. But they're like, no, I'm too far in now. And then they just dig deeper into the shit.
Mm-hmm.
End up they constantly killing themselves off all the time and doing all kind of shit. And it's like, you can't tell that that's the problem, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Look at your people around you. Ain't nobody happy.
That's what
nobody smiling. Something got to be going wrong somewhere. Y'all doing all of this shit. Ain't nobody happy.
Right. There's crowds. There's thousands of people outside that are mad at you.
You
don't think you maybe made a mistake somewhere along the way? Like one thing,
Take your foot off the gas, yo.
Yeah.
And it comes up in so many different ways too. The bit that stood out to me at first when I listened to the clip that you sent me was the bit about not having healthy food in the hood.
Oh yeah.
I lived in East Flatbush, and it took 2 years for them to finally put like a healthy spot, like a few blocks away from where I lived.
Yeah.
And it blew my mind because you see this double standard of like, they're leeching off of the system. They're not healthy. They go to the hospital, all the healthcare costs, and it's like, dude, they don't have access. There's no access to food.
If the motherfucker is eating Skittles forever, this is the shit I'm saying where it's like it's so dumb. It's just funny because they're like, you know how many bad decisions you're gonna make if you have 2 grams of sodium in your system? You know who knows this shit more than anyone? The fucking hedge fund people, hedge fund managers, stock business guys. They love looking into what food does what, brain hacking and neuro hacking and all of this shit, They know what happens to a human brain, if you give it 70 grams of pure white sugar in the morning. They know what a circadian rhythm is.
Mm.
Okay, so you have school, wake your kid up at 6 a.m., the only sustainable food that's by the house is Skittles. So now it is 7:30 and my boy done ate 60 grams of sugar. Not even natural sugars that's attached to enzymes and minerals like fructose. No, we're talking about high-speed cocaine sugar. This is crack sugar.
Yeah.
Refined.
So he now is 6 in the morning. Who the fuck in a happy ass mood at 6 a.m.? Now you 6 a.m., you unhappy, you got 60 grams of sugar flowing through your blood. You got all the noise is going crazy. You bound to make a bad decision. Yeah. You're gonna tell your teacher, shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut up. Damn. I ain't have a vegetable in 2 days, ho. Leave me alone. My vitamin C low.
as the teacher's telling you what foods are good for your brain in your health class, and then you go to lunch and they give you pizza and french
pointing
fries.
at all kinds of vegetables I had never seen. They pointing that shit on the wall. Look at it. What's that? Never seen it. Try to make a good decision after eat. They call it a food coma. And it's like, why is that happening? You've had, like, I know for a fact I've eaten, like, I'll go to a Shake Shack and do some stupid shit and get 2 sandwiches, bro. I'll get 2 burgers and eat that shit. And then no weed is in my system. No, nothing is in my system. However, I don't feel like operating my vehicle right now. It feels like a challenge. Why? The amount of salt and fat and the shit my body got to go through to try to handle. Everybody, it's aware of what food and nutrition and its uses in different parts of the brain and all of this shit. Like, you cannot have a kid learn about Mesopotamian history off of Twix. It's not gonna fucking work.
Yeah.
You're not gonna remember any of that shit.
It sucks, man.
And food deserts are stupid. Food deserts are a human design because food grows wherever food is capable of growing.
Right.
So as long as humans aren't settling on unsettable land, I don't know if that's a word, but yeah, you can grow shit there. So anytime there's a food desert, it was purposefully configured that way. It was city design. They laid it out where that there is no food of substance, because what they would put there is convenience stores. And then they put the word convenience in it. Bake the word convenience into the American mind. You constantly searching for convenience. Convenience is why people are in the hospital, because it's way easier to think about convenience in any fucking way. It will contribute to something that if you do it long enough, it will give you some type of disease. They have the way you mow your lawn with that sit down mowing shit versus the old school way where you stand up and push it. But if a person is standing up and pushing their lawn mowing shit, they're also getting the things that a human body would need to sustain itself from pushing, from doing activity, from being in the sun, from all of that shit, breathing in the grass as you cut it. The reason you could fucking smell it, all of that. All of that is convenient. We're helping you. Convenience. Now you're put on this stupid machine that you got to gas up so you smell gas. You fucked the whole thing of cutting grass is fucked up now. You fucked it up. You spent $600 and you ruined it. Garbage.
Short-term convenience.
Garbage.
Long-term growth.
Just get the fucking old school shit, push it around, and you have a great day.
The point about food deserts and like the convenience stores, man. I mean, you go into a 7-Eleven and hot dogs with mystery meat on those
Come
coils,
on, son.
like the pretzels and fake cheese.
That's
lunch.
On.
What?
Yeah.
Come the fuck on. Shit that be there 47 years, and it can't grow mold if it wanted to. This shit, it looked like a picture. We out here chewing megabytes, nigga. It's not even food. We chewing JPEGs. It's not even food.
Oh man.
We biting JPEGs, baby. This shit, what the fuck it is.
Man, I mean, and it's brilliant in that it's designed. Do you think it's nefarious now, or do you think it's just so baked in the system that we don't know any better?
First thing I'm gonna ask you is what the fuck nefarious mean?
Like intentionally harmful.
Hell yeah, I felt that. Yeah, yes. Because when you ask why, that's the end of it. Ask a person, why isn't there food here? Why was it designed this way?
Profit.
There's no way to be. You're no matter who you are, you do not need school, nothing. If you just sit and think, why would you not have food next to humans where food can be?
Yep.
Just sit with that question. the only answer the only time you can start to come up with useful and logical answers is when you tap into the dark side of you, the evil side of you. You got to tap into maybe they don't want people to eat. Because what's the logical reason to not have food where food can be for humans where they are? It's not like humans don't live here. It's not like a highway where we just drive past the shit. Mm. It makes perfect sense to have a little convenience store and a little get your guys little chips, boop, boop, keep going. But it'd be a whole town with 12-year-olds living there and 73-year-olds living there. Why ain't no food over there? You got a school. You got a fucking Models. They could go buy sneakers, but not lettuce, nigga. Why the fuck ain't no food? It's just dumb. There's no other how. There's no way around it once you think.
Yeah. Do you think a lot of it has to do with the system? So you got these new generations that are now in charge of things. It's easier to keep things the way they are. So now it's almost like a willful ignorance. Like
definitely a lot of things are 100% willful ignorance, because it goes right back to the whole thing of there's nothing new under the sun. So if there's nothing new, if the information that works is the information that works. Like when I was trying to I remember I was like 240 something pounds, right? I looked like a fucking, like a linebacker. I looked like a bodyguard, like a bouncer or some shit. Just look husky. Put me in black, you're going to give me an ID. That's how I look. Give me your ID is what I look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look like, give me your ID. That's what the weight would say when I got on the scale.
Hey, man, you got to go.
Give me your ID.
Yeah.
I got that big, so I'm trying to lose weight. But then I came across the moment I'm thinking, I'm like, I keep looking at all these YouTube videos and I'm downloading books and I'm buying books and I'm watching this and watching that. What the fuck is the difference in information? How did Arnold Schwarzenegger get in shape? Not even Arnold. How did a regular dude who was healthy, you see a regular picture, it'd be a regular picture of some movie or some shit, and you see a healthy looking man in 1960 some shit. What was he doing and eating? That's the same human body. It's not like there's a new edition of human body. We have the same materials. Why the fuck is it supposed to be complicated today? If all I needed was a walk in 1940, then guess what the fuck I'm gonna need today? A walk. This shit not complicated. Yeah. It's a force to make it complicated.
Yeah, we've overcomplicated to the point where it's unrecognizable. Like, it's simple.
It's so simple. It's so fucking simple. I just started realizing, like, wait a minute. If that dude was in shape back then, he didn't have the fucking crack G347 supplement. He didn't take that shit. It didn't exist yet. He didn't take the Big Beer 5,000 creatine 1 million max.
He had a glass of water.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers was diesel. How?
Yeah.
It's like, I just have to like stop making shit complicated for myself.
Mm-hmm. Then that's a message for everybody. It's like, it's not that complicated, man. Just keep creating shit that helps other people either be better, do better, and that's it, man. That's it. Let's talk about your bit. Let's dive into the first part of this, because I want to get into the kind of the double standard of the Capitol riots. But let's start with because since we're just talking about nutrition right now, let's start with the food desert bit.
Yeah, that was a rooftop show in Brooklyn. The Capitol Hill shit just happened, whatever, new president shit. And really the bit came from because when Biden won, people was in the streets, like the white people. It was so fucking funny. The way I seen, we did it! Yeah, Rebecca. Like white girls was in the street celebrating. Like, ding dong, the witch is dead, all that shit. I've never said that in my life. Celebrating. And I'm right here where I'm at, and I'm like, I want kale. I don't give a fuck who the president is. Give me edible vegetables, nigga. I don't give a fuck who. I don't care if it's Biden or if it's Trump. I want to know why the fuck my orange brown. I shouldn't have a brown orange. Oranges are supposed to be orange. That's what I care about. So that's where the joke came from. It's like, all of this is not even real. I don't give a fuck who's president. Fix my food, stupid. I don't give a damn who's giving these stupid ass speeches that don't affect me.
Yeah,
my food affect me.
That's what I like about the bit. Is you break it down to the simple, it's not that complicated.
Because you know what I often think about, bro? It's like, the reason we doing all of this shit is because of where we at right now with technology and time and society. We over here talking our microphones with our $1,000 laptops. I'm smoking weed out of a fucking $500 thing. All of this shit is just because of the time and space where we at the moment. But if we strip all of this shit down and we just go, where humans are, just human, what's up now?
Yeah.
That's what's up now? You still racist when you don't got your AR-15?
Yeah.
You still believe all the shit you believe when you don't got that AR? What's up now? All of the suits is off and the threads is off. We the things we was born to be. What's up now?
I love that so much. What you just said, man. Just
shit. I don't know. That's what I like think about. Where it's like, let me act like I know, because all of this shit is just some stuff. You know what I mean? That's how the whole thing. You die, you can't take it with you. Yeah. So that we all know this is just some shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yep. So let's act like we got some sense type of thing. So I'm like, I'm gonna try to care about the things that make sense to care about. I'm gonna try to do my best in paying attention to those things.
And let's see how you did it in this bit.
So I couldn't get back to where I had it.
That was mad funny. That was perfect. That was mad. So I can't. That was funny. I voted for Biden, but did I care when he won? No. I didn't know. I come from Southside Jamaica, Queens, nigga. It's the hood. The only shit that update when presidents change is police gear. That's the only. I don't give a fuck what president is in office. I want groceries. My supermarket don't got no fucking groceries. You know how far I gotta drive for arugula? It is ridiculous. There's about 12 miles between me and some arugula. And that's the real goddamn problem here. Why the fuck I can't get quinoa? What y'all know that I don't know? Under this sweater, I look like a fucking superhero, but it took a long time to get there. My neighborhood don't sell shit my body needs to survive. All the vegetables inside my supermarket can be found on a Big Mac. If you cannot find it inside the McDonald's, you will not find it inside my fucking supermarket. It's like these niggas did a study. Like 1700s or some shit, 1600s America. They got 5 black people together, started feeding these niggas kale and all kind of organic greens and shit. And these niggas started levitating and shit. They was like, shut it down. No, stop. Bill, he's fucking glowing. Iceberg lettuce for the rest of their goddamn days. Not another fucking. What do they know? Why? I cannot get vitamin K.
What y'all know? It's weird, bro. Cops be pulling me. Cops, it's a hilarious relationship between me and the police. They pull me over and be nervous. That's the most, this is a fun one for me. Peculiar. Oh, I love that word. They be so nervous when they pull me over. And I don't get it. Voice be trembling and shit. There's a little bit of haste. Okay, can you open? Why are you stuttering? You have a weapon. You got backup? I don't know nobody out here. They be nervous. It's like, oh, you think I'm one of them organic niggas, don't you? You want to check my glove compartment for kale or something. He's not looking for guns, he's looking for organic greens. This is fucking spinach Popeye nigga, no! It's odd, they know something, man. You can't fly with certain fucking fruits and veggies. That's an odd thing. The amount of cocaine I could get, but I can't get dragon fruit. Why the fuck y'all want me hyped up for cocaine, but I can't get vitamin C?
Yeah, I mean, it's simply broken down into, what you were just talking about right before that clip. Yeah. And it's funny because it's like, oh shit, it do be like that.
Yeah, like it's funny when I think about the whole cocaine thing. A couple times, every once in a while, a little bit of the news will slip up and tell and like snitch. 7 tons of coke was found on a ship. Who owned the ship? Wells Fargo, Chase Bank. It's just like, and then the news just disappeared about it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, that shit's so funny because you think about the crack era and drugs, but bro, where the fuck did we get this shit from? I never been to Colombia. Cops running down through the projects and all of this shit. Everybody loved The Wire. Did the people who love The Wire understand why the fuck they watched The Wire? Learn the lesson that the fucking thing is trying to teach you. Niggas did not come up with, the cocaine did not come from us. It was given and distributed by the same people who arrested them. How the fuck Tayshaun, homeboy, got $30 in his pocket, never seen a passport a day in his life? How and when did he find time to fly to Colombia to meet the Medellin and get some cocaine and bring it back up? Yeah. What the fuck?
Right.
It don't even make sense when you try to make it make sense.
No. And just breaking it down to the brass tacks, like you can't fly with certain fruits and vegetables, but you getting us hyped on coke.
Bro, you legitimately try to leave certain Caribbean countries with like a mango, some types of ginger or some shit. You get ran down on like you got packs of that shit on you. And it's fruit. How come?
Yeah.
Even down to the fucking stickers that they put on this shit. They got businesses that own it. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so silly to me. Just, distribute back at the war on drugs, man. Distributing all this stuff.
War on drugs.
War on drugs. Distributing all that shit in these neighborhoods. Like, imagine if instead they were distributing and opening up like health food stands and books and shit. Like, and it's funny because what's going on is going on.
It's funny because they had distribution of these narcotics, but look at the ones that they decide to distribute. They have access. Ain't nothing new under the sun. So if they had access to all of the available things that can alter a person's state of mind, psychoactivity, as many drugs or plants or entheogens or whatever the fuck that you can use that a human interacts with and become mind altered. But yet they chose cocaine or, like things that you can do for a while. And like, because there's some drugs you could do it and die in 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like when there's some that you can string a person along with, and then there's some that if you do it, it can change your mind in a different way to realize you don't need to be doing something, or all kind of different experiences. So the fact that the ones that did get chose or were chosen, got chosen, it was chosen on purpose.
Yeah, slowly breaking down.
Look how they attacked the LSD thing. They attacked that. They wouldn't let that get circulate throughout America. Why the fuck is it easy to get coke then? If both things are bad, Schedule 1 drugs and all of these things, how the fuck is it too easy to get this one, but I can't get this one? But when you find out what the drug does to a person and how it registers in a human's body and mind, you find out why it's difficult to get one and then the other. Mm-hmm. It's easy to get crack because crack will fuck you up. So it's extremely easy to get because everybody got to get fucked up. But maybe a little LSD might have you thinking right, might make you fuck around and drink some water, might make you say good morning to a person. You might say good morning.
God forbid.
You might see a human and say good morning. Yeah. You can't have that just going around America, bro.
Hey, what if we do things differently?
Yeah.
You're going to jail now.
Yeah, how dare you think different? I remember being in high school in our English class. We read this story about this girl who got high on LSD and then ruined her life. Uh-huh. She kept trying to get LSD fixes and became like a whore for LSD and like.
I wish they would also tell kids about the girl or the dude who ate so much chips that they ruined their life. Because there's an amount of chips you can eat that will send your ass to the ER.
You are stuck in your recliner thinking, thank God I never started LSD.
Exactly. You think you smart. You think you fucking smart, sucking down them fat ass bag of nachos. You about to see some shit.
I dared to stay off drugs.
Yep, good dear, jackass. They got you in game. Yo.
It's the plot twist that is right there. It's right in front of everybody's face, right under everyone's nose.
Yeah, literally. Telling you what's wrong is wrong and what's right is right. Blah 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 blah. Look at me, I know. How do you know? It's your first time here, jackass.
Yeah.
It's everybody's first time here. You don't know shit. Shut up.
Yeah, dude. Anybody who insists they have all the answers, that's an instant red flag.
Fuck you. You don't know nothing. Yeah. It's your first time here.
I alone can save you. All right. Now immediately I know you are not to be trusted.
The most you can save is me some money on my car insurance, bitch.
Yeah.
You not nothing else. You do not have the answers to anything else.
Yeah, there's still no vegetables in my store. You're not. So you chose arugula as like, do you ever alter the vegetables, like the foods that you choose, like arugula, quinoa?
So like, yeah, it could, because even I remember that set. Now that when I heard it back, it will change, you know, it's because those are parts that aren't important. It's kind of like if you look at a person, if a person loses a finger, it's okay to not deem that person as you're not done with that person. That person can still go on to do so much shit. The person loses an arm, loses a leg, lost their hearing, lost sight. The totality, the entirety of the person though is still intact to have value. So same thing, even joke wise, where it's like me saying quinoa, kale, arugula, Brussels sprouts, alfalfa, any expensive bullshit, whatever food, superfood is negligible. It doesn't even matter because the shit that matters is why the fuck this shit is not in my store. That's all that matter. Put the shit in my store. I don't care if I can't pronounce it. Put it in my fucking store.
Right. So the core of the message is the same.
That's it.
Do you ever find like success using different words? Because I know like in some cases, like those expletives can
like
generate more of like the hard K thing.
Yeah, that's like like technical. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was to say like there's like it's like a feeling thing a lot of times, because I know the jokes that I do write, and like I feel like in jokes that I pick, like if I have something coming up and I want to do good, or they ask me, the headline, there's me choosing material of something that I want to say. And then once I come from, this is something that I want to say, like I feel it. Like I get animated. I don't stand still when I perform. And it's literally because 9 times out of 10, I can't. I'm gonna like emote somehow or move, or because I really do start to feel what I'm saying. Like I'll get angry about this. I could that's the other thing that's happening too, where it's like whatever I'm saying, I'm living both emotions of it. So if it's a joke that is based in something that is fun and jovial and happy, even though I'm telling a joke and I'm in the moment of telling the joke and doing the job, I'm also feeling that thing again. Like I feel happy about it, and I'm really, my smile isn't because I'm like, smile now. Like I'm having a fucking good time. And then the other thing of, if the joke is born out of frustration, strife, or anything, like I feel it again and it'll come across. So like even with this selection of words, I'm thinking about, as I'm performing, I'm like looking, I'm in my head looking for a word to fit in sometime as I'm going. But like kale, alfalfa, something where it's like I need them to understand that this is not a commonality fruit or vegetable. Which is why like the McDonald's thing, McDonald's uses there's fruits and veggies that are common to the American mind. You know what I mean? Like you accept seeing them and hearing them all the time. It's fine. You're used to seeing tomatoes and all of this. But if you start saying like okra, that's a little bit different. So now it puts a different thought and picture and people and all of that into your mind. But okra wouldn't work in that joke because I'm in America. And the reason why that area don't have food is because of American reasons and things like that going on, and our culture and shit going on here. Many Black Americans and white people do not eat okra. They don't even know what the fuck it is. So because of that, I can't use okra. That's a very Caribbean thing. That's an African thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not relative. So in order to get the idea across, that's why the biggest thing is like, I need you to feel what I'm feeling. Do you understand what I'm feeling when I'm saying this? And that's really it. The other stuff can come and change because those are things that are there only to help you, the viewer, get why I'm saying this. It's a tool to get you to see, like, okay, yeah, alfalfa I've had difficulty finding alfalfa before. And even saying alfalfa, it's a stupid fucking word. Mm-hmm. Then you have kale. Kale, everybody of a certain age group in America on the Western Hemisphere, remember the time when it was pushed to us that kale is something to look at. So then you have that frame of reference. So it's just dealing with the available minds and then what those minds have reference to get the joke across or the thought across.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of times, if a joke isn't working, it's because of the picture that you're putting in somebody's head, with the word choice, with the emotion that you're saying.
The emotion, the picture you're putting in their head, the picture that you have in yours. Do you even actually believe anything you saying? Do you care about anything you saying? Are you saying things on purpose? Are you happening to words or words happening to you? Are you using words or words using you? All kind of shit like that can go into like, why does it feel weird? Like I've had times when I perform, and I do this all the time now, because like if I'm having a bad set, I don't just act like I'm not. I'm there with y'all. So I'll be like, yo, what the fuck going on right now, son? Why? I just talk like, yeah, all right. So that thing I said, right? Remember when I said that shit? I was thinking it was gonna go like this. And then I just start, I'm there with you. And then I have it open like, yo, we people, right? So we people, let's discuss it. Why the fuck was that not funny, son? Like, I know why. The reason I came up here is because I want to talk to y'all. I want to vibe with y'all. And I love to laugh. So that's my goal. So we all understand my goal. And right here at minute 26, second 33, it didn't work. 26 minutes and 33 seconds in, that thing I said did not hit. I could act like I could just keep on trucking, or I could be like, yo, what the fuck happened right here?
Yeah.
And then I found that for me, I enjoy doing that, and I get stuff from it. Mm-hmm. Of just being like, let's talk about that shit right now, because it happened to both of us. I said that shit thinking that it was going to be funny. You heard me saying that shit thinking that it was going to be funny. And then it surprised the two of us. It sent both of us for a loop-de-loop. So let's find out why our feelings got hurt.
Yeah, we got to explore why something isn't funny or doesn't connect, just as much as we got to explore like why it did connect and why it was funny. Mm-hmm.
Audiences appreciate that stuff too. They go from not like, well, you know, if it's like in the middle of a long set and they already like all your other shit, then that's one thing. But if you're like at an open mic or something and just like someone's bombing, it's like the audience sometimes just doesn't like that person at some point. Like generally, like, and it's good to like be like, hey, like be real with them instead of just be fake again, because then they didn't appreciate you to keep the fakeness up. Like, just be like, hey, you know, and address.
There's so much shit happening because it's like I started at 18, and I'm looking back at it. It's funny because I'm 18 years old giving my thoughts to these 40-year-olds and 30-year-old people, and you know, these minds ultimately these developed minds with more references than me and all of these things like that. But it's like, what I'm trying to convey is how I'm feeling about something. And we all people. So it goes right back to the thing of, if we take all of this shit away and we just hear, what's up? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like the way I'm talking when I podcast, when I'm on stage, whatever the fuck, I do it from the sense of like, if you was in my car, it would feel like this. If you was in my room and we was chilling, it would feel like this. If you were around me, this is how I do it. This is how I get down. This is what the experience of being around Andre would be like. Because this is just how I'm trying to operate. So I try to keep that in mind as much as possible. Where it's like, whether I have this thing that I have or not, we still people. Like, I'm not gonna be on some bullshit where I'm like, yo, you gotta go to the bank, you gotta go to the doctor, you gotta, you know, run an errand for your mom or your dad. You're gonna have a weird family thing. You gotta drive. Your stomach gonna hurt. You know, you're gonna hurt your foot. You're gonna feel like not working out one day. You're gonna have a lot of energy one day. One night you can't fall asleep. Something scared you once. You a fucking person, right? So that's why I try to operate with, where it's like, I'm gonna just be a person. Y'all know what human beings are. I'm gonna just be a whole human being and do my best at it. I be fucking up sometimes. I be saying stupid shit sometimes. I gotta say my bad, my fault, sorry.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I don't know what. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
sorry, I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the information.
I don't. My bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
As long as you understand, like I'm not starting this with I want to cause you some motherfucking. I'm not coming from there, and that's really it.
Mm-hmm. There's no room. For
I'm
that
not.
anymore.
There's nobody in my mind that I'm coming after. You feel me? So I operate like that. I don't have beef with nobody. I can't think of I can't close my eyes and find a person to be like, I'm mad at that. There's nobody. I don't got smoke for nobody, and I don't want smoke from nobody. I'm trying to chill and laugh, and that's really it. That's how I try to do my material.
That's a good place to do it from.
Mm-hmm.
Intent is everything, and as long as you're true to that, man, people connect with that. That's how you connect.
Like I try to make a point to like look at people when I perform and make it be understood that yo, I am talking to you, and I know that you can hear me, and I know that you're saying shit back to me in your head.
Yeah.
And the only reason that you're not saying it to me is because of our agreement under this art form that we have. We entered a building that has an agreement. I'm going to have a microphone. So we agree that it means that I'm going to be the one speaking or whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't mean that your thoughts aren't happening, that your thoughts don't mean shit, that we not having a conversation. We dropped the microphone. We still got to talk. I still got to look this man or this woman in the eye and say something and be able to stand on, you know what I'm saying? I still got to do that shit off the stage. People be stage tough too. A lot of comics be stage tough. They on the stage, they want to say all kind of shit they would never say in no other circumstance because the stage gives an agreement. So they under that agreement, they feel more obligated. They have more audacity. But if we take all of this shit away, bro, what's up? That never goes away. We all got to look at the real shit. You will bleed. You will bleed. If I hit you really hard in your fucking mouth, you're going to feel pain. If you hit me with all your might in my fucking mouth, I'm going to feel pain. That's what this shit is. So let's both act like it. Mm-hmm. So I don't go up there on no shit like, fuck y'all, I'm better than y'all or whatever. Like, yo, I'm trying. I'm up here trying. Mm-hmm. When I perform, I'm trying. It's effort. I'm not too cool for school. I am giving it my best. I'm trying up there, buddy. Fucking whatever.
Yeah, and that's, you're trying to be too cool for school. You break that connection with the audience because you're not being real, you're not being authentic, and you're making it more complicated than it has to be. Just be you.
Yeah. That makes jokes harder when you're not yourself.
Right.
When you're yourself, it just comes out naturally. So you're easier on yourself if you just be yourself.
Right. You ever tell a joke and it gets a laugh, but it's not true to you, and you feel like less of a person because of it?
Shit.
Doesn't
bombs. The only time, the one bomb in my brain that I can play back, like I can teleport back to that bomb anytime I feel like understanding what to do to bomb again. That's one of those. I can just go back to it. And the only reason that bomb happened is because I wasn't being myself. I downloaded other people's thoughts, and then I used it's your computer. You seen some new software that shit said free, and you was like, fuck it, I'll try it. It's free. Boom, virus, nigga. Your whole shit shut down. That's what happened. All these people around me saying bullshit, and then today I was like, should I listen to bullshit? Yes, I should. Virus, bomb, done.
That's an interesting take on it. We could talk about this topic for hours, but if you were to just simplify it as far as somebody who's having a hard time finding the humor in this these systemic double standards. You know, what one person does one thing and it's fine, another person does the same thing and it's not. Like, where's the humor arise in that? How can somebody find the humor in that?
I would say you can find the humor in it productively, just by like understandings, you know, like with the whole, all right, police situation, police and black people do not have a great history of getting along. If you do some understanding, you start to do some research, start to ask why, look into some things, you can find some explanations. And it's funny. Like, to honestly, I can't stop myself from laughing right now because fucking slave patrol, like, we gotta watch all these niggas. And then you teleport how many years later, the same clothing they're using, it's the same badges they're using, it's the same stuff or whatever the hell. It's like, well, you should have changed some of the fucking clothes at least. Goddamn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even in Germany to this day, nobody on earth can rock a little stashy stash, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody can rock the little stashy stash.
Right.
What if you just like it? You got the stash face. No.
Nobody's named Adolf anymore.
Fucking no. That stash shit is gone.
Yeah.
But yet, you go with all of the same, whatever the fuck, you know. So, like, all right, how to find humor in things. Look for understanding. Even because it relates to, like, regular situations where if you find out the reason why maybe your parent maybe act a certain way, or like your sister, or like your boss coming to work talking to you all fucking crazy, but then, you know what? Perfect example. All right, so I'm 28 right now. And then I've had recent moments over the month or whatever that I like remembered what high school was like. So I'm thinking about certain teachers and shit. And then you think about an adult, you teleport yourself into their position and think about some days where you going to work dealing with being a human being adult functioning in America or in whatever the fuck you at, functioning with the day-to-day bullshit. And then you got to go talk to 40 hyper ass kids. It's like little shit like that where it's like, that's why she was angry. Mm-hmm. Her rent was due.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like little shit where you just start having some understandings of, yeah, the teacher was fucking feeling stressed. And then you start to understand what stress can do to a person. It makes that's why I laugh at, like, I love chips. I love chips. I can eat chips all fucking day. I love chips, mad different chips. Like to the point where I look chips up of different countries because they use different shit. I fucking love chips.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know England got different chips from Nigeria. Nigeria chips is different from fucking someplace in Georgia. Georgia got different chips from China. Chips. Something so stupid and simple. It's fucking potatoes. But for some reason, Earth can't stop freestyling with it.
Yeah.
Everybody freestyling with one potato, bro. There's one fucking ingredient and the whole Earth freestyling. I love chips. However, that will fucking kill you. But that's why it's funny.
Yeah.
Because I understand it. Yeah. You fried this thing, which changes things. Anytime you apply heat to anything, it changes chemical structure. So now you have that dealing with it. Then you can add modified versions of minerals where they add different. There's different types of salt: iodized salt, fucking pink Himalayan salt, Irish Celtic sea salt, all kind of different shit. Then you add that into it. Then the amount of salt you add will change flavor. Salt in conjunction with fat or sugar. Anytime something tastes bad, add salt, add fat, add sugar. It will taste good. No matter what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
You add those three, it will change. But those 3 will take you up out of here.
Yeah.
Salt, fat, sugar, fucking delicious. It will make you meet your great grand. Whoever the fuck it is, it will send you up there on a one-way salty, sugary, fatty ass ticket.
Yeah.
So because that same thing that I used to understand that also applies wherever the fuck else. And that shit make it funny to me. It's just like hilarious that I can meet Jesus because I ate too much Doritos. Nigga, like that's mad funny. Why you up here? Battle? Did you fight a lion? No, motherfucker, Cool Ranch. Like that's it. That should be funny to me.
Yeah, and that is like putting it in that way is figuratively adding salt, fat, and sugar to a topic that shouldn't be funny, like dying too soon. That's comedy, man. Is the ingredients that make it palatable to somebody who might not initially like it.
I like it.
And that's what we got an opportunity to do from the stage. So if you could give any advice to a comic, I have a feeling I know what it's going to be. But we're going to close out with this. But I don't know. Maybe you'll surprise me. Because, I mean, you've been saying it the whole time is keep it simple and be honest. But if you could give a comic advice working on a bit about like systemic.
Definitely do what's real to you. You know what I'm saying? If that shit make you laugh, then yeah, rock with it. If you found something funny about motherfucking Windstar rats, then it's funny. If you was eating peanut butter one day and then you started dying laughing, that shit funny. If you was watching the news and you was fucking livid about what's going on in Baghdad and you understand the political strife of the country and then you said a line and then the people around you start laughing, that shit funny. This shit funny to you? Are you laughing with this by yourself? Or do you enjoy this shit? Because you're trying to sell enjoyment. They have comedy clubs that are called Ha Ha. That's the funniest shit ever. I'm selling my place of business is an emotion. Straight up and down. So it's just like operate like that. Do what what you feel right. I hate people that's tough because it's safe. Yeah. Don't ever be safe tough. Don't be no safe gangster. Don't say a word on stage or on a certain platform because you're on that platform or stage. If you know you're not going to say that shit and stand behind it wherever you at, then you don't want to do it. You lying to yourself. And because you lying to yourself, we all know it's going to come out. So don't be up there safe tough. Yeah. If you got a gay joke and you believe in that shit, you better be able to say that joke to a gay person. No microphone, no lights, no whatever the fuck. Say that shit to them. And you can stand on your own and your stomach not twisting and bubbling up because you out of fear. Then you rock with it. You got a black joke and you can say it and stand on your two. Then you go with it. You got a joke about women and you can say it and stand on your two. Talk to a woman, look her in the eye, and then still say this shit. Then you go with it. But if you can't do none of that, you lying to yourself, you lying to the people, you just lying. So this shit not gonna work.
That's so important. Not even if you're just a comic, but as a human being, if you're talking about somebody behind them and then they walk in the room and you stop, why are you even talking about them?
And then everybody can feel it.
Oh yeah.
Even if they're not aware of what they're feeling, they feel it.
Oh yeah.
And then it becomes this thing of, so the person is like doing the talking shit and everything. They change. The person they're talking shit about, they feel the it. Then they go, I don't know what it is, but I don't really fuck with that person. I don't really like them like that. Then the person who's doing the shit talking gets to reinforce the shit talking because they go, see, they don't fucking like me. You the reason they don't like you. It's your fault. You don't even like you, fucker. Stop it.
Stop spreading that to everyone else.
Yeah.
Stop being like that.
Yeah. It's a message we can all go home with. Andre, I appreciate you taking the time to do
Oh yeah, this was fun as fuck.
this episode. Where can we find you on social media? Plug your stuff. This will probably come out, I think, June sometime, early June, late May.
Just type Andre D. Thompson, type Slouch Theory, go to andredthompson.com. I've seen people say, how do you spell that? See, right now I'm having the battle of should I be myself or should I be the professional? Because the professional is like, spell your name for people. But the myself feels like, how the fuck you can't spell Andre? How you can't spell Andre D. Thompson? I don't got no saucy name that gotta come with some extra shit. Ain't no accents on my shit. There's no squiggly letters. I don't got no culture on my name. My name, I got it from the Queen. How the fuck you can't spell that? And here's the funny thing. I'm doing all this shit talking. I misspelled my name on my SATs. I forgot the P in Thompson. This is a super long ass way of being. You said give the way to people that can hit you up. And look at all this fat mouthing I'm doing. Oh man. Hey people, y'all know how to find me now. I assume use whatever Google's. Ain't nobody using Ask Jeeves no more. You remember that Bing. Motherfucker? Hey, if you still got Bing, Ask Jeeves.
You still listen to music on your Zune?
Yeah, or your Napster. Do all that shit. Do all that shit. And type Andre D. Thompson. Type Slouch Theory. AndreDThompson.com. It's all the same. It's very easy. Mm-hmm.
Steve, you want to throw anything else in?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Just got to make sure. That's it. Good for me.
That's it. All right.
Hell yeah.
Hey, thank you for joining us and improving that every human being is imperfection personified, and it's not that serious, and we can simplify it down and prove that even if there is a systemic double standard, you can laugh at that.
You can't laugh at that.